about the top 3 reasons that people do not choose to invest in Bitcoin. Let's jump into it. The first reason that people decide not to invest in Bitcoin is they've heard that it's a scam. Now, I'm not sure why this is still a pervasive rumor, but if we look at the cryptocurrency market, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin over the years, since 2010 especially, it has gone on a monster run, starting from under $100 all the way up to $20,000 just about. It's had some dips, it has some ups and downs along the way, but it has steadily maintained a level around from $8,000 to $12,000. I don't know why people question Bitcoin so much. Is it because of the media? Is it because of the news coming out and articles that are written all the time trying to dissuade people from investing in Bitcoin? Perhaps. But at the same time, the biggest names in finance have been getting into Bitcoin all along. The same people who have discounted Bitcoin, the same people who have tried to disparage owners of Bitcoin, calling them crooks and calling them dummies and fools, the whole time they've been investing in Bitcoin. They've been trying to gather as much Bitcoin as they can for themselves and their friends. So my advice to you, if you're one of those individuals who thinks that it's a scam because you heard it was a scam, do some research. Do some research. Hang out on this channel and see what you can potentially gain if you are a focused, smart crypto investor like we are here on the In the Black channel. There is no scam. There's just opportunity. Did people think that the internet was a scam in its infancy before it became popular and mainstream? Did people think the telephone was a scam before it became ubiquitous all across the nation and all across the world? Did people think electricity was a wacky idea? Sure they did. This is just how the world goes, and this is just a part of it. You are an insider at this point because you have arrived early. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to spectate? Are you just going to hang on the wall? Or are you going to get on the dance floor and actually participate in the party? It's your choice. But listening to what other people say and not doing your own research, how can I put it? I thought about it for a second. I can't come up with a better way to describe it. That's dumb. So are you a fool or not? Stop listening to that negative talk. All those voices that you hear squawking all the time about Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is that in a negative way, they're filling up their bags with Bitcoin. And when they're done filling them up, then they'll change their tune and say, hey, this is a great opportunity, a great asset to have. Everybody should have some Bitcoin. You just wait and see. It's your choice. The second reason that people do not invest in Bitcoin is because they are afraid. Let's just face it, they're flat out afraid. People are scared of losing money. They're scared of losing money. They're afraid that if they invest like they would in the stock market, if they invest like that in Bitcoin, because they've heard that it's so volatile and it's such a speculative investment, they've heard that it's dangerous. So therefore, they're afraid of losing their money. So they don't invest because of that, because of what other people have said. But to those people, I say, do your research. Hang around this channel and find out if it's true. And I can tell you right now, whether that is true or not. This line right here represents kind of the cutoff of Bitcoin being profitable for you and Bitcoin being not so profitable for you. Below this dotted line here, this is the area that you would not have been in the red if you bought Bitcoin. This area up top is the only area where if you would have bought Bitcoin, you would be in the red. If you bought Bitcoin down here, if you bought Bitcoin over here, if you bought Bitcoin here, if you bought Bitcoin here, if you bought Bitcoin here, you're not in the red. So my point is this. Bitcoin has proved to be up and down. Yes, it's volatile because it's a young asset, but it has remained strong and it's not going away. It's going to be here for a long time. If you look at this roller coaster ride, you'll see peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. All of these peaks and valleys have formed a pattern. Even though it is an irregular pattern, it's shown a pattern of peaks and valleys. So we are in a valley right now. There will soon be another peak. And if you just bought into Bitcoin, you can expect that it's going to make another rise. So if you're afraid of losing money, do some investigation, do some research, and look at the facts. You can lose money in any single investment. You can lose money in real estate. People go broke all the time, losing money in what is supposed to be a sure shot asset. People lose money in the stock market. Just back in March 2020, lots of people got wrecked overnight. So yes, there's risk involved, but there's risk in any investment. It just so happens that you are early to the party. You have an opportunity, if you do your research and are smart about when you invest. Check out some of my videos that I've posted already about when to invest, about how much to invest. You don't have to pile in your life savings. You wouldn't do that in the stock market. You wouldn't do that in most investments. So don't do that here with Bitcoin. Only invest what you are comfortable with investing. Furthermore, only invest what you can afford to invest. You should go into every investing scenario thinking the worst case scenario is I could lose all of this. The best case scenario is I could reach my financial dreams. Check out my video on Cash App. You can invest in Bitcoin through Cash App. Very simple. If you don't have a Cash App account, click on the link in the description, get signed up, get your Cash App, and you can invest as little as $1 to buy some Bitcoin. The third reason that people decide not to invest in Bitcoin is that they say they don't have money. Now, I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot with people that I know, friends, family members. Oh, I want to get some I was thinking about getting some of that Bitcoin, but it's too expensive. It's $10,000 for just one. Or, I don't have that much. I don't have a lot of money to invest. Now I'm going to save up first. Well, if that is your idea, if that is your concern, then you're missing the whole point. Bitcoin can be divided into the tiniest pieces of pretty much any asset on Earth, on the planet Earth. You don't need a lot of money to invest in Bitcoin. You can invest a lot of money in Bitcoin. You can. But you don't need a lot of money to start investing. Why wait until you can afford the whole entire price of one Bitcoin? Bitcoin today sits at $10,900. Yesterday it was above $11,000. A few months ago, it was below $6,000. The price definitely has fluctuated quite a bit. But why wait? Why wait? We don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin right now. The whole point of this channel is to encourage you to be a focused, smart crypto investor. That means we don't need to buy the whole house right now. We just buy it brick by brick. Make a little investment today. Make a little investment next week or next month or tomorrow. But you don't need a lot to get on the road to having a lot. So what I say to those potential investors who say they don't have enough money, I say you don't need a lot of money. All you need is a little bit of money, as little as $1. Again, if you don't have a Cash App account, go ahead and sign up and get one. You can invest $1. You can invest $10, $20, $50, $100. And hopefully you drink the Kool-Aid and you start dollar cost averaging, which means that you will, over time, continue to build and build and build your amount of Bitcoin that you own, eventually reaching that coveted 1 Bitcoin amount. These are the top 3 reasons that I hear. What are the reasons that you hear? What are the excuses that you hear? And what are the excuses that you may have had in the past or have right now that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, stay smart, stay in the black.